me?
Yes, and your side looks
Okay.
great.
All right. So I am, and my mom is Becky, and we make a team of Becky Bakes. So just a little bit about us. We are located in the historic downtown New Ulm, and our building was built in 1865. I believe it's one of the oldest in New Ulm, and Becky, my mom, has been crafting her cupcakes, cakes, cookies, now cookie sandwiches, cheesecakes, cake pops for family and friends since 2011. So the picture you see in the left, that is the old building. It actually used to be a bakery years and years ago by the name of Melgis Bakery. And this is a little picture down in the bottom right of our display case. We did a little soft opening the past 2 Saturdays and just snapped a quick picture of what we kind of had in the display case for the morning, I guess. So our story is my mom is a baker. She started in 2011, pretty much all self-taught out of her home out in Searles, Minnesota, which is just 5 miles south. She worked a full-time job as well up at MLC College for 25 years doing she was the salad bar chef there. So since 2011, she's built her business order by order and all word of mouth and all referral by referral. I was in Texas for 10 years. And so every summer I'd come home and help, or at the holidays when I was on break I was a full-time teacher down in Texas. And so we'd have this dream of, what if, I got a chance to move home and we could have this business together. And it was just a dream. And so long story short, we ended up moving back home to New Ulm in January of 2019. We both quit our full-time jobs last basically August, because she would go back at the new start of the school year. And so in 2019, we bought this little bakery, and slowly step by step, we started building and renovating the inside of it. And due to COVID, we couldn't, we had a lot of setbacks. And due to the fact that I am not a business major, I was a teacher for 10 years. I did go to MSU over in Mankato. And I don't have any business background. And my mom always said, I'll do the baking, you can run the business. Like, just come in and tell me what I need to do every day. And, so I've taken care of a lot of the renovation of the kitchen, just getting started with QuickBooks and getting the business side of things going. And so, yeah, we've been literally just in the bakery for 4 weeks now. And it's been quite an adventure and a whirlwind since getting started. And we've had to really navigate COVID. Obviously, everybody has, but starting a business during COVID is not easy. But I think because my mom's following is so well, you can see that on Facebook. I think she has around 3,000 people that have liked her page. And I know that's not a very big number in the grand scheme of things, but when you're talking about a small business that started out of, the home of her kitchen, I think that's pretty remarkable. So with COVID, we launched a lot of specials. We did Mayday baskets for people, which kind of brought back just some memories. We partnered with businesses in town. Lola's had our cupcakes and stuff in their case. We've partnered with A to Z, and they did a Mother's Day flower arrangement with a 12 cupcakes, which were in this decorated like succulents. We've done cookie kits, which was a huge hit with the kids not going to school. A lot of parents were like, oh my gosh, this is so great, just a fun activity. We did an Easter special, 4th of July, just different holidays that people aren't baking necessarily for. So that was kind of a process of working through COVID. And then with COVID, this sounds crazy, but like you couldn't get equipment and different things like that. So we would have to wait, like 6 to 8 weeks just to get a part for the sink. And that was always, definitely a challenge, but it's been great to be in the bakery. It's only 1,000 square feet, so it's really small, but we're making do of literally every inch of space. We've kind of made the joke that it's been like building a tiny house, but with just a kitchen. And so looking towards the future, the biggest question we get on a daily basis is, are you going to have storefront hours? And that's something we need to get figured out. The kitchen is almost all the way finished. We're working on one little section that we had to put up some shelving that took a while to get in. And then there's a side room that we've redone, but with COVID, you really can't have, being that the building is so small, you can't have that many people in the building anyway. So that would be like a futuristic seating area, and definitely business growth. Part of COVID too, all of our weddings have been canceled or pushed back or smaller. And if you're familiar with small town weddings, you're looking at 300 plus people sometimes, which are huge. Graduations are another big thing around here, which all of our graduations, a lot of them were canceled or really, really small, which when we were, going to the bank to get our loan and looking and projecting numbers, it was all there, like, successful 2020 and just along with weddings and graduations. And when that is, 3/4 of your projected income and funds, and that goes away, you really have to find different ways to have the income come in and have the funds there to just basically pay the bills. So I know I'm wrapping up here. So some community involvement. Like I said, don't have a business background. So it's been definitely a big challenge, but I'm learning and I'm super passionate. It's been great. People ask, how can you work with your mom? Like, how can you do that? And it's just like, we've always been the best of friends. And there has been a moment or two, you have these like, just different ways of thinking. She's been running the business her way. And I, like I've come along board now and said, these are the things we've got to change and we've got to increase our prices, which is huge shock for some people around here because, just, having a storefront and a bakery means your bills are higher and, you have a loan to pay off and stuff like that. So definitely the business side of things, the bookkeeping, QuickBooks, payroll guidance, if anybody is willing to help or, share insight. Another thing that I was thinking about is, so far we've just been we've been marketing ourselves via social media and going that route. But I was just kind of thinking about like the best way we could market ourselves traditionally, which would be the most valuable bang for our buck, going the non-social media route, because we are in a smaller community where not everybody does use social media, or social media Facebook has their algorithms which don't push out things right away. So we've been looking at whether we do use the newspaper or the radio, or I know the official guide, that one. So the billboard. I mean, we're just kind of brainstorming different ways. So I don't know if anybody has any suggestions. So I think that's it.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I have to say your photography is lovely. Who does your photography?
Me.
Wow.
I've done I was a photographer. That was kind of like my side hustle job down in Texas. And actually that was a little surprise when I started working with two of my good friends who did all of our branding and marketing, logo and everything. She's like, well, we need photos for your website. And so I just brought my camera thinking, I'll just snap a few pictures here and there. And it ended up turning out to be one of the funnest little surprises that I got to take the photos for our website and stuff like that. So thank you.
Nice. Yeah, they're great. One thing that, you know, we've been talking about in the social media breakfast thing was about the power of video, and strong photography. I don't know how much are you using video right now, you know, and possibly that you could use video,
Yeah, we
even like animating sprinkles falling on, you know, the cupcake, or cookies being frosted, you know, step by step, but then animate it.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
we
that
actually
kind
have
of
a few videos that we've shot with all of our products. We just haven't like put that into the website yet, and you put that onto like social media. So yeah, we've done the videos as well, which has been really fun. I had never used the video feature on my camera. And so I was like, okay, here we go. Let's try this out. And it worked out well.
That's great. And if you can incorporate kids or animals, your videos just go nuts. I don't know how you could do that, but that would be cool. All right,
Oh,
so
yeah.
we have some questions coming in. I was giving everybody a little bit of time.
And
Uh,
I,
Julie Frederickson had a note she was going to mention. Go ahead, Julie.
Might be a little noisy in the background here, but I all I had to say is actually coming from someone who does social media for a business. In my opinion, the best non-social media marketing tool is really that person-to-person networking, referral partnerships. Doesn't have to be in person, can be virtual like this, but really building those partnerships and long-term relationships will be beneficial.
Mhm. And Gabrielle, go ahead.
I know Morgan Creek is just down the road from New Ulm and Cereals.
Yep.
So it might be a lucrative partnership for you guys to kind of team up. And I know right now people are just dying to get out of the house.
Yeah.
And they have open air and they're a winery and they can get out and they have the space. So maybe approaching them, or if somebody on this call has a contact for them, just doing like a wine pairing with maybe some of your sweets. And you could even like have fun with like the different cupcakes you make or like the different cookies, and complementing with their wine, and it would benefit both of you to get foot traffic.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you.
Talk to Adam Marty. He does a lot of like wine and cheese tasting things. Part of
Mhm.
his expertise is matching wines to different flavors.
Oh, okay,
Adam
cool.
would be a great person to talk to. You can maybe do a savory cookies or savory treats or
Yeah.
something. And might go with the
Mhm.
wines. And he does amazing events like that.
Okay.
Let's see, Lindsay, go ahead, Lindsay.
I was just wondering if I couldn't tell from your photo if there's space for like tables and chairs like outside your building. You know, people want to get their cupcake and eat outside.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
right
Yeah. No, there is just like they used to be years ago, a little coffee shop. And they had like one or two tables outside, and we have a massive backyard. We just needed to get it cleaned up. So that's
Oh, okay.
would be some tables and patio lights and things like that out back.
Yeah, that'd be super nice. Are there any that I haven't been to New Ulm in a while, but like coffee shops you could like partner with and get like really good coffee in there?
Yeah, and that's definitely on our radar. And Sip It is, I worked there for a year, which is a new little drive-through coffee shop. So Aaron Bodie runs that. And so we've bounced back ideas, possibly having maybe some of his coffee in there. Or there's a lot of, I've done some research. I'd like to find a local, or either a local roaster would be really cool, or even just like a women run like local or not local but roaster, or even I've traveled abroad to several places, and there's a lot of cool women run kind of sort of thing, farm, like I don't want to say farmer, but where you can get your beans from. So yeah, I think that would be really cool. So
Yeah. I like that too. One last question. Do you know, like, based on like past purchases or email list or your social media channels, like who your target audience is, or your kind of your brand ambassadors? Like, are they women? Are they men? Are they what age range? Anything like that?
yeah, so we done some digging on that, and it's I would say the definite age range is going to be like it's usually like the 22A, like all the way to, you know, age 85. We've had a lot of people, you know, retirement parties are huge, weddings are huge, graduations are huge. And people are willing to pay for, I guess, good quality and good taste, you know, eye appealing and taste appealing. So people usually, you know, you're not eating cupcakes every day or cakes every day or sweets every day. So I think, you know, being willing to with our prices having gone up, kind of to be able to splurge and, you know, look at it as, yeah, this is, I'm treating myself, or this is going to be, you know, the centerpiece, or.
Yeah, the reason I was wondering was, you know, if you can figure out like, oh, my idea. I mean, it sounds like you've got a range, but
Yeah.
like your ideal customer, like where are they? You know, what do they like to do when they're not at your store? And then you could kind of follow that and then be, okay, can I partner with those people? Because my ideal customer is also spending time at coffee shops or spending time, you know, just kind of follow what they like.
Yep.
Emily, I'll ask a quick question. I received some of the cupcakes for my birthday last year, and they were amazing. I think, you know, some video ideas, you know, I'm a sucker for those 1-year-old birthday cake videos, you know, where the 1-year-old just digs in. And I think you also have the potential maybe for some nice testimonial videos where your product really was a part of an experience. It was part of a retirement party, or it was part of a wedding. And what I've noticed is that it's not just cupcakes. You really do work to tailor. You know, I think you can do fun. I think you can do serious. I think you do formal, casual. You do so many different types of things that I think that could really come through in a video of how to, you know, that it's customization of bakery products. Yep. So I guess it's not a question as much as it is an observation about the niche of the market that you have.
Yeah.
Emily, if New Ulm has a delivery service, or if you're capable of delivering, I know in the metro, my family has been quite successful in the last number of weeks with the delivery only and pickup with a Chow Now app, CHOWNOW. It's a phone application, and it's a one-stop shopping thing. It goes right to you, and all you have to do is complete the order. It's going to be, I don't know, does New Ulm have a delivery service?
This is going to sound crazy, but it's a taxi service. His name, Red's Rides, and he delivers food too, as well.
That works.
Yeah,
that works.
Yeah. And
Good.
we do delivery if it's worth, you know, like a big bulk, or like for weddings we deliver, we do set up as well. So yeah, it's right now it's so hard because it's my mom and I, and so we're navigating, like we're pulled in all different directions trying to run until we can possibly expand or can hire, and that's, you know, looking even farther down the road.
Right. Well, good luck. It's a interesting journey.
Yep.
Ciao now.
All right, I got it written down. Thank you.
That might be a good job for a high school kid to work, and then encourage people to give them tips.
Yeah.
To make it a little more worth their while, you know.
Yeah.
Pay them per delivery, plus they can get tips.
Yes.
There's a couple of suggestions in chat, tryinglynda.com, which is now called LinkedIn Learning for learning accounting and bookkeeping. Gary mentioned that the SBDC offers free help for marketing and for the bookkeeping question. And they might even have some ideas for the, you know, buying bulk products.
Okay.
Gabrielle had an interesting idea. Do you want to expand on that, Gabrielle?
Sure. One thing that I know like Germans are really known for is their really amazing coffee. Sorry, I lived in Germany for like a year, and I would kill for a coffee from Germany some days.
Oh, yeah.
Um, it's just and there is it's called the I'm trying to it, it's a Vendela house, and I'll get the contact for you, but it's a European boutique and coffee house, and she is from Ramstein, Germany, and she imports her beans from Europe, and I know that might be a little bit expensive, but if you could find maybe somebody who specializes in European roasts,
Yeah.
and then just play into the German heritage of New Ulm and really market that as like the only coffee shop that has German coffee, you could
Yeah.
really bring people that way.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
So many great ideas. One other thing that she asked about from the community, and I'm just going to put it out for everybody, is sources for buying of bulk product. Anybody have any suggestions on that line? If you do, you can either speak up or pop them into chat. Or of course, reach out on their website. She provided that information to you just a little bit ago. Remember, this is all about connecting. I just love all the connections and suggestions. That's great. Julie made a great observation too. The baking and creation thing is huge on TikTok. It is.
I have one question. It's not related to bulk ordering though. But Emily, I was just curious, have you ever considered selling like party favors or like decorations, kind of like turning it into like a boutique almost as well? If you have a lot of people that are ordering for events, then that might be another way to get more income on top of just selling the cupcakes.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I've not thought of that one. I think it would be great to have, if somebody wanted to pick up a cake topper, something like that. That's a good idea. I had not thought of that. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
The thing that everybody has realized now is like my mom does cakes, and real quick, like everybody wants their cake specialized, the 2-year-old pony and things, this theme, that theme. And it's just sometimes to me, which is why we try to put it on our web page, is that, simple is beautiful too. And you don't need to have like everything tied in, to a T, which even like just saying this, we do a white chocolate raspberry cake, or, you go to a bakery and you see just the little 6-inch cake that's just very simple. And then you could just stick a little pick in, but everybody really wants that customization, which is why I think another reason why people come to us. So, but I really like that idea. I think that would be great. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
It's actually a really good point. Figuring out how to productize stuff so that you can do it more quickly and efficiently,
Yep.
to increase your sales. I wonder if there's ways of making some sorts of customizations that are simpler and quicker to do, that will help to increase your margins.
Yep.
Well, we need to wrap up. So last question, what can we as a community do for you? I know you presented a couple of things, but I wanted to be sure and ask that question and see if you had any last thoughts.
I think everything that you guys suggested is great. I know over at Melissa, can I get on your list to be a vendor, please?
Yes, and actually, just to talk about kind of the way the universe works, Emily, I don't know if you remember me, but I used to babysit you. We grew up across the street.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
Really? Oh my gosh, that's you, Peterson?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
On Jefferson? Yes. Yep. So here we are 25 years later.
Oh my gosh, that's so crazy. Now I totally recognize you. Like, I just see the little square, but I mean, and your voice sounded familiar, but I was like, no, I don't, St. Peter, I was thinking St. Peter,
Yep.
So, oh my gosh.
So that's exciting. So yes, of course. So we'll be in touch.
Okay, great.
How perfect in terms of connections, and a great
Yeah,
way to wrap up.